It's a lot easier to let go than it is to hold on. Even Jesus said in the Bible that he who loses his life for my sake will find it. And I just wanted to jump on here because I was reading Philippians chapter 1 today about how Paul was writing from the prison cell, and it actually encouraged the brethren. Even the palace guards and all the rest that saw him in his chains actually saw that he wasn't chained to a prison cell, that he was actually chained to Jesus. He was actually chained to Christ, it says. And that gave confidence to the brethren on the outside when they caught wind of it, that their lives don't belong to themselves. They caught the revelation that they lose their life. There's so much more freedom in surrender. There's so much more freedom in letting go and letting God have his way and his will to be done through us. And it gave them a courage, and it eliminated the fear, and enabling them to step out in faith and to preach the gospel, to share the gospel. And I just want to encourage each and every one of us that we've been given a responsibility to share our faith and to be a light to those in our sphere of influence, those that God has entrusted us with in our daily life. So I just want to encourage you to let go, to surrender to God, because there's so much more freedom in just giving it all to Jesus, not trying to hold on to our life, not trying to hold on to our comfort zone, not trying to hold on to the things that we believe or have a false sense of security of, that these are the things that keep us safe. Paul was chained in a dungeon in the dark, and he found peace, joy and grace because he knew his life didn't belong to himself. He was at peace and content with being in that prison cell because it was part of God's plan and purpose to expand the gospel in that region. And he's an example. Jesus is an example of a surrendered life, the impact it can have. Your life matters. God values your life, but he also values the lives of those that are not yet saved, because their lives matter to him too, because Jesus died for them. So I encourage you with fervency. We're all called to be part of the Great Commission. Share your faith. Wear and share your faith. Be a light to those around you. Take it away from yourself by just letting go and surrendering it to Jesus. And let his courage work through you in spite of fear. God bless.